Hello, Dr. Baker and class. In my audience today, I have Paul, Tony, Daryl, and Kelsey who will be recording me. Rising in the east and setting in the west, the star at the center of our solar system was once worshipped as a god in various forms throughout early civilization. This hot ball of glowing gases has great responsibility as its gravity holds the entire solar system together, keeping everything from the biggest planets to the smallest particles of debris in its orbit. Down here on Earth, a planet that revolves around the sun, we as inhabitants of the Earth fear the effects of its light. We hear words like sun poisoning, sunburn, and skin cancer. We apply lotions, protective clothing, and sometimes we avoid the sun's rays just by staying indoors. How influenced we are by the negative warnings about the sun, and yet without the sun's intense energy and heat, life on Earth would cease to exist. Research is growing every single day that supports that too little sunlight is worse for you than too much. I am going to share with you the benefits of the appropriate amount of exposure to the sun. You will learn how the sun can be beneficial to your body, mind, and spirit. Exposure to the ultraviolet B radiation in the sun's rays causes your body to create vitamin D. Vitamin D is crucial to many aspects of health in our body. The vitamin is more like a hormone that helps the body absorb calcium, which is important for strong, healthy bones. If your body does not get enough vitamin D, you risk developing soft or fragile bones, and this is associated with conditions such as osteomalacia and osteoporosis. It also aids in muscle health. If you have low levels of vitamin D, you are more likely to experience muscle cramps and joint pain. The sun increases the production of white blood cells, which aids in the building of the immune system. If your immune system is weak, you are more susceptible to sickness and infections. It also increases red blood cells and promotes good blood circulation. Blood likes warmth. When you are in the presence of the sun, your blood gets warm, rises to the top of your skin, and improves the blood circulation. Vitamin D deficiency poses risk factors for heart attacks, heart failure, strokes, and cardiovascular disease. So it is proven that the sun even benefits cardiovascular health. Sunlight exposure is known to reduce the risk of many cancers such as breast, pancreatic, and colon cancer. It can also reduce the risk of diabetes and multiple sclerosis, which is more commonly fatal than skin cancer. According to the World Health Organization, sun exposure can treat several skin conditions. Doctors have recommended UV radiation exposure to treat psoriasis, eczema, jaundice, and acne. A dermatologist can recommend light therapy if light treatments will benefit your skin concerns. Vitamin D receptors are found in the parts of the brain that involve cognition and memory. The influence of sunlight that goes through our eyes to the brain will positively affect these receptors, thus giving way to better brain function. Serotonin is manufactured by the brain, which is the body's mood booster. There is a study by Gavin Lambert and his colleagues that took place in Australia that is published in the December 2002 issue of Lancet Medical Journal. Samples were taken from 101 healthy men during each of the 4 seasons and compared with various weather factors such as temperature, rainfall, and hours of bright sunlight. The research found that the brain produces more serotonin on sunny days than cloudy days, and the brain's production of serotonin was highest in the spring and summer. In 2006, researchers in England and Belgium performed a study where they exposed participants to light and performed tests on their thinking abilities. They used brain imaging to show which part of the brain truly reacted to light exposure. The results showed that even brief exposure to light increased alertness and thinking ability in the participants. The researchers also performed a sound test on their members in which it instructed them to listen for different tones of sound. During this test, the brain imaging showed that the presence of light while taking the sound test enhanced the areas of the brain that are used in paying attention. These research experiments can support that even small doses of light during the day can be beneficial to brain function. In addition to the brain, lack of sunlight has been proven to affect your mood. Remember that serotonin, which comes from sunlight, is manufactured by the brain and is the body's mood booster. Low serotonin levels in the body can cause seasonal affective disorder. Appropriately, it is abbreviated as SAD, which spells sad. SAD is a form of depression specifically dedicated to the winter months when sunlight is scarce. You are more likely to experience SAD if you live further from the equator, for example, Eskimos, because the further from the equator, the less daylight. There are 10 to 12 million people each year that suffer from SAD in the United States. Seasonal affective disorder has successfully been treated with light therapy, during which the patient is exposed to specifically designated lights. They can be set up in the home or the office and have been shown to be effective in treating symptoms of SAD. Sunlight also has an effect on year-round depression. Neuroscientists performed an experiment on rats in which they kept the rats in darkness for 6 weeks. Not only did the rats exhibit depressive behavior, but the neurons in their brain that transmit emotion were observed to be in the process of dying. Just like in this rat experiment, humans that are depressed have underactive neurons in certain areas of the brain. This suggests that with any light, it is nearly impossible to feel happy. Your body is designed to be in the sun. This is why many of us feel the desire to be awake when the sun comes up and get tired when the sun goes down. Your daily body rhythm depends on receiving sunlight at the appropriate times during the day in order to function properly. If you do not get much sunlight when your body is expecting it, for example, you're inside working all day or the weather is cold and cloudy, it can easily lead to changes in your brain that will negatively impact your mood. There are many health benefits to the sun. It is the most natural and effective dosage of vitamin D, which has infinite benefits to our body's health. Our minds function better when we are exposed to sunlight, so it's a no-brainer to get 10 to 30 minutes exposure for optimum cognitive function. Finally, the sun has the ability to put us in high spirits. It can be an immediate mood changer just by simply exposing yourself to natural sunlight. In closing, I'd like you to consider using the sunblock sparingly, open the blinds, and letting the sun shine in. Your mind, body, and spirit will thank you, and it may just give way to a healthier, happier, brighter future. Thank you. Any questions? Thank you.